Welcome to virtual story time. Not quite live. Guys, next week we have an acorn craft for you. And, oh wait, I do this every time. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. We wave and sing hello, hello. We wave and sing hello, hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello, hello, hi. Welcome to virtual story time, not quite live. Okay. Now I can tell you, next week we're doing an acorn craft, and this is what it looks like. So don't forget to come in and pick it up. Hey guys, come check out our in-person story times. They're back in session. Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Wednesday evening is PJ story time at 5:30 with Miss Robin. And Thursdays we have baby lapses. So if you know anyone who's got some babies, 0 to 2 years old, come on to our baby lapse program because we have a lot of fun. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you guys. Saturday story times in person will resume in November. So definitely come check that out. It's going to be November 6th and it'll continue from there. So definitely come through. In the meantime, next week, come and get that acorn craft. You're going to get all the pieces. It's going to be fun. Okay, so without further ado, how about we get into, you know what? Instead of getting to our first book, because I feel like I always do that, let's do some Fingerplay, right? So those of you who come to our story times on a regular basis, or maybe you've gone to other kind of story times, you know that Fingerplay means we're using our fingers. And we really only need like one for this one. But you can use both if you want to. You can make, them mirror each other if you want. So this one is called This Little Squirrel. This little squirrel said, let's run and play. This little squirrel said, let's hunt nuts today. This little squirrel said, yes, nuts are good. This little squirrel said, yes, my favorite fruit. This little squirrel said, climb this tree and crack these nuts. 1, 2, 3, yay! That was fun, right? Okay, I had fun with that. Give me a minute. Gotta get my trusty glasses. It's time to read our first book. Hey guys! Chicken Little. My first fairy tales. I don't know. I was trying to make up a song, but it didn't quite work. This book is adapted. This story is adapted by Mara Alpern. A lot of you may know of the Chicken Little story, either that you read it or you saw the movie that came out years ago. This book is published by Tiger Tales. And here we go. On a sunny farm, there lived a fuzzy yellow chick named Chicken Little. He was happy and hoppy, but he wasn't the brightest chicken in the coop. Where's my hat? I can't find that thing anywhere. Maybe he should look on his head. Wah, wah. One warm autumn day, kind of like today, Chicken Little was skipping through the woods when suddenly an acorn dropped from a tree and bounced off his head. Clack, clonk. Oh, my feathers! Was that a piece of the sky? He squeaked. Help! Oh, help! Trembling, Chicken Little scurried back to the hen house, squawking, the sky is falling! The sky is falling! Run! What's all this noise? Clucked Henny Penny. Give me a minute. Okay, that should be better. The sky is falling, panted Chicken Little. It went click, clack, clunk, right on my head. Henny Penny dropped her glasses. Goodness, she gasped. We must tell the king. He'll know what to do. So Chicken Little and Henny Penny ran over to the duck pond, squawking and clucking. The sky is falling, squawk, squawk, quack. We must find the king. Cluck, cluck. cover. The sky is falling? Quack, 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 ducky, cluck, lucky. Yes, it fell on my head. Click, clack, clack, said said Chicken Little. What will we do? Cried Ducky Lucky. The king will save us. Henny Penny clucked. We must find him at once. Cluck, cluck, cluck. So Chicken Little, Henny Penny, and Ducky Lucky dashed off again, squawking and clucking and quacking. The sky is falling. We must find our king. Quack, quack. The sky is falling. Gobble, 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 turkey lurkey. Quick, take cover. And he leaped into the bushes to hide. There's no time to lose, cried Chicken Little. We must hurry. It's time to find the king. So Chicken Little, Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey charged down the path shouting, the sky is falling! The sky is falling! But it wasn't the king they saw. Who did they see? It was Foxy Loxy. Da 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 da. What seems to be the matter, my fine feathered friends? Grinned Foxy Loxy. The sky is falling, puffed Chicken Little. We must tell the king. Foxy Loxy licked his lips. Poor little birds, he smirked. Come with me, and I'll help you find the king. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know about this one. And so Foxy Loxy led the search for the king. The animals started in the bookstore. The king is not in here, said Foxy Loxy, peeking into a recipe book. And I don't see him here. How frightful, Foxy Loxy muttered. Spice up your dinner. He's buying stuff to make food. And now I remember where the king is, Foxy Loxy said with a smile. I invited him to my den for dinner. Oh, do you say you'll join our feast? Oh, my goodness. Don't worry, my tasty little friends. It's not much farther to my den, chuckled Foxy Loxy, starting to drool. Foxy Loxy opened the door, and the birds waddled slowly inside. Are you sure the king's gonna be in there? It was cold and dark in Foxy Loxy's den. I don't see the king, muttered Henny Penny. Maybe he's running late. I can't see anything at all, whispered Chicken Little. Then Foxy Loxy lit a chandelier. It's almost time for dinner, he purred. What's for dinner? Asked Ducky Lucky. You! Cried Foxy Loxy, and he leaped at the birds. Ah, help! They all cried, help! And they squawked and screeched and fluttered and flapped until the entire den shook and the chandelier fell, click, clack, clonk, onto Foxy Loxy's head. Yikes! Shrieked Foxy Loxy. The sky really is falling! Run! And he dashed away as fast as he could, straight into the king. Wah, wah, wah. Greetings, crowed the king. What's this I hear about the sky falling? The entire town is in a flutter. But look, dear friend, the gray blue sky is still up there. And if you guys look outside your windows, you'll see the sky's still up there. Chicken Little gazed up and saw the king was right. So the birds skipped under the bright sky all afternoon, and they never, ever saw Foxy Loxy again. Whew! And that's Chicken Little, My First Fairy Tales, adapted by Mara Alpern, illustrated by Nick East. Whew. Well, that was quite the doozy. You know what? Actually, before we go on to the next song, I feel like I have a couple songs that we could sing, right? Yeah, I have a few. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a poem, and this is from a book called Outside Your Window. You should definitely check out this book. It's the first book of nature, written by Nicola Davies and illustrated by Mark Hearld. And if you guys check out this book, you'll get to read all sorts of poems about, nature. And this one has a poem about an acorn. Okay. You must be patient if you plant an acorn and wait to see the first green shoot, the tiny leaf. Then it will grow, but slowly, 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 so slowly you hardly notice it. By the time you're grown up, it will still be small. For the tree, the years pass by as quick as thinking, but for you, the years are slow and hold a life. When you come back, you'll find the tree is still a youngster, just big enough to give a little shade. You'll hold your grandchild's hand and say, you must be patient if you plant an acorn. And that's the acorn poem that I have for you. So don't forget, you must be patient if you plant an acorn. So I hope you guys like that. Now we're going to go on to another song. This one's called Frisky Squirrel. Okay. Oh, the frisky little squirrel, he gathers his nuts and seeds. Oh, sorry, he gathers nuts and seeds. He hides them for the winter months, so he'll have all he needs. Oh, up, up, up he goes, and down, down, down he comes. He runs around, goes up and down. His work is never done. Oh, I feel like I should have done that while I was standing here, so we're going to go again. Oh, up, up, up he goes, and down, down, down he comes. He runs around, goes up and down. His work is never done. I hope you guys enjoyed that song as much as I enjoyed singing it. I totally made up the tune because I don't know the tune that actually goes with it. So I've written that tune in the description so that you guys can actually sing it in the tune that it was written for. Now, let's move on to our next book. It is The Nut That Fell from the Tree. It's kind of like this recurring theme, right? These acorns will fall. They fall. Have you ever gotten hit in the head by an acorn? Yeah, right? Probably. Probably didn't feel so great, but it probably didn't feel like the sky was falling. We're much too big for that, right? So, The Nut That Fell from the Tree by Sangeeta, Bhadra, and Cormier. This is the house where Jill plays. This is the rat. Looking out from a shoe that stole the nut that fell from the oak that holds the house where Jill plays. This is the jay with the feathers of blue that swooped in on the rat looking out from a shoe that stole the nut that fell from the oak that holds the house where Jill plays. You guys see, it all connects. It's all connecting. This is the goose with a bird's eye view that ruffled the jay with the feathers of blue that swooped in on the rat looking out from the shoe that stole the nut that fell from the oak that holds the house that where Jill plays. So many things. This is the raccoon, a sneak through and through, that tricked the goose with a bird's eye view, that ruffled the jay with the feathers of blue, that swooped in on the rat that looking out from the shoe, that stole the nut that fell from the oak, that holds the house where Jill plays. It all goes back to Jill. She's the one who did it. This is the doe with her fawn peekaboo that surprised the raccoon, a sneak through and through, that tricked the goose with a bird's eye view, that ruffled the jay with the feathers of blue, that swooped in on the rat looking out from the shoe, that stole the nut that fell from the oak that holds the house where Jill plays. Whew, that was quite a mouthful. It's about to get wild. This is the bear. He loves acorns too. That chased the doe with her fawn peekaboo. That surprised the raccoon, a sneak through and through. That tricked the goose with a bird's eye view. That ruffled the jay with feathers of blue. That swooped in on the rat looking out from a shoe. That stole the nut that fell from the oak that holds the house where Jill plays. Whew. And this is the skunk that was woken up by all this hullabaloo. Oh, why? Pew! See, if they had known that there was a skunk, maybe they wouldn't have made such a hullabaloo. Then it was cold. All was dark. Ooh, singing a theme. All was still until this is the sun. Oh. This is the light that came from the sun. This is the hill that shone in the light that came from the sun. This is the nut that lay on the hill that shone in the light that came from the sun. Everything is coming from the sun so far. This is the squirrel that buried the nut that lay on the hill that shone in the light that came from the sun, and the little nut grew and grew and grew. Took years though. We just learned in that poem, right? This is the oak, mighty and tall, that came from the nut, sturdy and small, and now holds the house where Jack plays. Aww. And look, Jill is now Grammy Jill, and she's playing with her grandson Jack. And that's the nut that fell from the tree. I hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I enjoyed telling it because it was really fun. We got one more book. One more song and then one more book for you. So this is called Five Little Acorns, and it's to the tune of Hush Little Baby. So if you want to, you could do the motion, but it's not really that song, so. 5 little acorns sitting on a tree. Along came Mr. Squirrel, hungry as can be. Then the fall winds blew and rustled all the leaves. Down came the acorns. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. Yay! 4 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came Mr. Squirrel, hungry as can be. Then the fall winds blew and rustled all the leaves. Down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. Yay! My hand is supposed to be squirrel because I don't have an actual squirrel. 3 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came Mr. Squirrel, hungry as can be. Then the fall winds blew and rustled all the leaves. Down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. Yay! I'm getting less hungry now with these acorns. 2 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came Mr. Squirrel, hungry as can be. Then the fall winds blew and rustled all the leaves. Down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. Yum! One more. Fine, Mr. Squirrel. 1 little acorn sitting in a tree. Along came Mr. Squirrel, hungry as can be. Then the fall winds blew and rustled all the leaves. Down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. Now I'm satisfied. Well, thank you, Mr. Squirrel, because there are no more acorns sitting in the tree. And now we've got to move on to the next story. Sounds great. All right, I got one more book for you, and then it's time for you to go out and enjoy this wonderful fall day. This last book is called Nuts! By Rob McClurkan. Okay. Nuts! By Rob McClurkan. Looks like he has a lot of nuts. Squirrel loves acorns, just like the song. He would roast them, he would toast them, he would grill them, and he would chill them. Every fall, Squirrel would collect acorns. One day he saw the most delicious looking acorn he had ever seen. He had to have it. He pushed and he shoved until it finally fit, but then, dun 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 dun, kaboom! Nuts! Poor Squirrel! All his acorns were gone. Then he heard it. Hey, come back here! It was his prized acorn bouncing down the street. Boing, boing, boing. Do you think he's going to get that prized acorn? Let's find out. Grabbing his sneakers. No, Squirrel wears sneakers. Squirrel ran after the acorn as fast as he could. Oh, I think I can. Until he lost the shoe. Ah, nuts! So Squirrel jumped into a taxi. Follow that acorn! Okay, well, taxis are definitely faster than running in your sneakers, right? But the taxi ran out of gas. Ah, nuts! Luckily, on the same corner was a pogo stick. I have you know. Okay, the pogo stick will most assuredly get him that acorn, right? He's jumping pretty high. Not as lucky. Squirrel bounced right into a manhole. Wah, wah. Ah, nuts! A truck was passing by, so Squirrel grabbed a hold of it. Who's he calling a nut? But the truck brought him all the way to Bucks, North Tennessee. Ah, nuts! From there, he rode a dog that chased his tail. He hopped into a boat that sprang a leak. He jumped on a horse that threw him off. Oh my goodness, what an adventure the squirrel is having. He hitched a ride on a little girl's bike. Then he ended up at a birthday party. I love you! Heart attack! My turn! Ah, nuts! That's when he caught hold of a big red balloon. The balloon carried him high into the air, where... Oh, nuts! That acorn popped his balloon. Splat! At that exact moment, the acorn rolled to a stop. Ooh. Look at all those acorns. Ah, nuts! Oh, he's in acorn heaven. Back home, Squirrel was finally about to dig into the most delicious acorn ever. Then all of a sudden, a new, most delicious acorn dropped from the sky. Ooh. Ah, nuts! It seems that the squirrel is so entranced by these different acorns. Man, that was a fun read. I hope you guys enjoyed today's story time. Man, I am looking forward to doing this again with you guys next Saturday. But I'm also looking forward to seeing you guys in person. So come visit your girl. I'm here. I'm ready. So let's have some story time fun. But in the meantime, thank you for watching our virtual story times. We always enjoy recording them just for you. Well, before I say goodbye, let's go over the books we read today. We've got Chicken Little. It's a My First Fairy Tales book, adapted by Mara Alpern, illustrated by Nick East. And I put all this stuff in the description, by the way, so definitely check it out. Outside Your Window, a first book of nature, by Nicola Davies, and illustrated by Mark Hearld. The Nut That Fell from the Tree, by Sangeeta, Bhadra, and Franz Cormier. And finally, Aw, Nuts! Oh, my books are falling. Aw, Nuts! By Rob McClurkan. Well, thank you guys so much. I always enjoy reading and singing with you. And I will see you soon. And without further ado, we wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this with our friends at Storytime.